All right. So we're talking about what a gesture drawing is like, and I'm going to do a quick gesture of my hand here. Okay, so when we're doing a gesture drawing, we want to get directions. We can even be scribbly. The end of my thumb there is pretty dark, and it's very round. And then I have round going on my arm and more round going here. Mm-hmm. Okay, and quite a bit of dark down in there. So do you remember when we got up on the table and did those gesture drawings? Okay, so that's a gesture. Okay, I'm going to tilt that up so you can see that a little bit more. I might not know what it is looking at it, but I understand a little bit more about how directions are moving in that. Now, contour, usually we talk about blind contour. And with blind contour, I do not look at my paper, okay? So sometimes when I have a big class, I actually hand out a piece of cloth to throw over your hand. I know Emma does it good. Amelia, have I seen you do blind contour before? You don't know? Andrea, you don't know? And Aubrey, you know what blind contour is? No. Okay. When I'm talking about contours, I'm talking about edges of shapes. That does not necessarily mean edges of forms. It also means edges of shadow. So if I'm going to get myself in a pose here, which is just, okay. So if I'm going to blind contour this, I just am going to pick a point that I'm looking at, and I don't look at my paper. So I've got a tiny highlight that is making kind of a long triangular shape right under my nail there from the reflected light. And then I have a shadow down that part of my thumb. And then I have this big fold. So blind contour, I'm keeping my eye on what I'm drawing, and I am tracing along the edge of the shapes that I see. And particularly with my hand, those shapes are often values as I move along. So there's light, then there's a dark shape, then there's another fold, there's a dark shape, a medium shape, a light shape, then there's a couple of very light shapes here. I'm going too fast because I'm talking. I've got the wrong part of my brain turned on. And then this thumb coming up here. It's kind of tracing in the air with your eyes. And your eyes follow along the shapes that you see. And if you see a shape that's inside something you just cut over, it should be one continuous line. Okay, so when you're looking at this, you can see a little bit of the folded parts of my hand and a little bit of the thumb, but it's stretched out, it's distorted, it's map-like. I'm pretty sure you do this naturally from how well you draw and the cartoon things you do. You just didn't know what to call it. Okay. Emma, you do this a lot. I know you understand this one. So I want you to just take a minute. I'm going to set my timer on my phone. I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and I want you to look at your hand and draw it this way. And I'll take a look to see if you're on the right thing, because this is really thing that talking makes it rough. Okay, so we're going to be quiet and have you have a go at it so I can see if you've got the concept. Okay, so we're going to do about 4 minutes. Okay. Patience, are you ready to start? I hope so. Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm starting the timer. We're going to do 4 minutes, real quiet. Eyes on what you're drawing, not looking at your paper, letting that information flow through your hand onto the paper. Okay. 4 minutes. You have a quick talk. Oh yeah, you good. You got it. That's just good for me to warm up. What's your idea about resource project? Absolutely. Absolutely. I wanted to learn this method. Let's just take something to practice with, and then we can choose. I did. Yes. I want you to know how to develop it. You know, I just want you to machine. Yeah. Machine's fun. But this is soup. But what I'm doing right now is casting one. There are a number of ways to do that. Just to get those roots in there. This is a real sturdy cast drawing that I start to do this way. So once you learn the basic steps, then you're going to want to try some simple cast drawings. It's basically you've got to learn the idea here. This is cut loops, and if you're pulling the loop of thread, you will. So you've got to have some loops to start with. And actually, tail, that is a long tail. What you do is you stick the needle through here. Into the front, and run around the back, and rise the needle off the step. That is the way most people in the beginner do it. All around the world, people hold their yarn differently. It's all doing the same thing. This is what I do for speed. This is called continental. And speaking. So you probably want to try both to see which feels more natural. You know, you gotta keep your fabric right there. But you gotta put new yarn around it. Okay. Into the front way. Run around the back. To line the needle, off the step. And through the front yard. Run around the back. And that's your tail. This is the running part. Okay. You have to see around your fingers too. So I hold in this hand down below, then I can wrap that thing. Okay. And then you hold the yarn. You get through and off. Front way. This side. Yeah. Slow, slow. That's more gestural. When you step. Try to do it one slow continuous line. This more blind contrast. You got a little stretch up to the top, then at the bottom. Yeah. Okay, you've got more full on. I hope you got on this. Okay, not too bad. All of you, then this is why I try to do them separate days, but the problem is that, okay, let's compare my two drawings. Okay, so here is my gestural, and here is my blind contour. So you're getting, most of you are getting a little bit of gesture into your blind contour. So you want to be really conscious, one slow continuous line. So that's, and I know Emma can do this, but it was really hard to do in the classroom while I was talking back there, wasn't it? Okay. Okay. So if I had my druthers on how I'd be teaching drawing,